You said it a few winters ago. The Fed's got a plan until it gets punched in the face by inflation. It's been punched in the face pretty hard, hasn't it?
Yeah, it sure has, John. I think what we're seeing now is the market responding to the Fed beginning to take away the punch bowl. The problem for the Fed is there's not a punch bowl to take away. There's barrels of punch that they've got to get out of the system, and they've got to move more quickly, and they've waited far too long. So they're going to have to be more aggressive than they would have had to have been if they had started, say, 6 to 9 months ago.
JPMorgan's Bob Michael saying it's time to hide in cash. Bob Michael had this to say with Bloomberg News in the last week. Without the central bank purchases and with cash now offering some yield, let's see how willing investors are to continue to purchase long-duration government debt at significant negative real yields. That's the quote, Bob. Just give me a little bit more. What do you mean by all of this?
Well, I mean a couple of things. I mean that the Fed has a lot of rate hikes ahead. And if I sit here and I think about the 4 that are currently priced into the market, that puts the Fed funds rate at 1% a year from now. That's still negative 1.5% real yield based on inflation expectations, and probably where inflation is, it will be a more significant negative real yield. So if I were the Fed, I think you have to do something this meeting, and it has to start. You can't wait until March. I think the easiest thing for them to do is to announce that the tapering will end with the February 15 plan. So the scheduled purchases through February 15th, that's the end of it. I think the more aggressive thing, which I think they need to talk about, is to end QE now and do the first rate hike and get in 8 rate hikes this year, get to a 2% Fed funds rate. This is the kind of thing that's not priced into bond markets or into any asset class. And when you listen to the Fed, they're back on their heels, they're backed into a corner, and they're coming out swinging.
Bob, I listened to your language carefully there. You used the word should, need. They should do this. They need to do this. Do you think they will do any of that?
I think they will have the conversation. I think they will announce that QE will end February 15th, so they're going to roll that forward a bit. I don't know how they make it to the March meeting with the first rate hike. I think they're going to try, so I think there are going to be a lot of open mouth operations, and I think their debate is very simple. How much can they get away with over the next couple quarters without disturbing financial conditions to the extent that the feedback loop into their models brings recession too far forward?